There are lots of claims going around about explosive new evidence that the princes in the tower survived and returned to try and reclaim the throne for the House of York after Henry VII was crowned as the first Tudor king. But did they?
The rumors involve Lambert Simnel and Perkin Warbeck. Here's a quick look at the story of the pretenders to the throne.
Let's dig into this.
Lambert Simnel was born sometime around 1477 and was trained by an Oxford priest to be a pretender to the younger son Edward IV, Richard, Duke of York. Simnel was apparently a spitting image of King Edward's sons, looked great in fancy clothing, and was smart enough to learn the etiquette of the court, and enough about who was who if he were to be questioned.
When Edward IV's nephew, the Earl of Warwick, the living heir to the throne, was rumored to have died in the Tower of London, he hadn't, by the way, which complicated things. Simnel's backers started spreading the rumor that Simnel was actually Warwick, and he had escaped. It didn't matter that King Henry VII took the real Warwick out of the tower and showed everyone he was alive and well. A rebellion was coming.
Simnel and his backers in Ireland had enough support that in 1487 he was crowned Edward VI. He was only about 10 years old. With support of living relatives of Edward IV in Europe, who hated the new King Henry VII, an army was raised and young Lambert Simnel went to war fighting for the crown. One has to wonder what would have happened to young Simnel if he had won.
But he didn't. He lost the Battle of Stoke and was one lucky traitor. While his backers were put in prison, Henry VII took mercy on the young Simnel. Well, sort of. He was put to work in the royal kitchens as a spit turner or a scullion.
He seems to have made a career at court, promoted at some point to falconer, and died sometime after 1534.
Perkin Warbeck also claimed that he was the younger prince in the tower, Richard, Duke of York. He said he had escaped when his brother was killed, and like Simnel just a few years earlier, he was backed by European money and troops. Kings and queens loved to make things hard for each other in those days.
Warbeck said later that at the age of 17, he was working for a merchant in Ireland, and when people had saw him dressed in fine clothes, they started to talk. They said he was the spitting image of Edward IV, and many wanted him to go fight for his throne.
His reputation grew both in Ireland and in Scotland, and international politics of the time brought powerful European backing too. Soon Warbeck was moving up in society and married Lady Catherine Gordon, a Scottish noblewoman, and they really enjoyed their new status. Warbeck went along enjoying fame and fortune and a lovely wife from a noble family.
He would be a thorn in Henry VII's side for 7 years, trying several times to invade England and take the throne. He was never able to whip up a widespread support. But in 1497, he landed in Cornwall and was declared Richard IV. He was ready to take the crown until he heard the king's troops were close. He panicked and ran, leaving his army of about 6,000 with no one to fight for.
Warbeck was captured and imprisoned in the Tower of London. He eventually confessed, possibly under duress, to being the son of a Flemish couple named Catherine de Ferro and John Osbeck, and gave other details of his family and life which have been confirmed over the years.
King Henry VII was quite merciful, and as soon as Warbeck confessed he was an impostor, the king released him from the tower and allowed him to come to court. He was always guarded, not allowed to see his wife, and after about 8 months, Warbeck tried to escape.
He was captured and put back in the tower, and again he tried to escape. Henry VII had had enough by this time. Warbeck read a public confession before he was hanged in November of 1499.
For over 500 years, Simnel and Warbeck's names have surfaced now and then in claims that they were really the princes of the tower. Claims of new evidence that support this pop up too, but to this day, not one piece of evidence has proved these men were anyone other than trained pretenders to the throne has been found.
Not to mention the fact that Henry VII was married to the sister of the princes in the tower, who never claimed Simnel or Warbeck were related to her that we know of.
Thanks for watching.
Hey, Here's another Dragon Den video you might like.
And if you like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button.
And you can hit the notification bell if you'd like to know when our videos come out.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.